you can be like a Pete Seeger or a Phil Oakes, and those, that shit's cool, but like, are we still talking about them today? No.
Yeah.
Why?
I have to disagree because I feel like in hip hop you absolutely can hold on to that. You see, like, oh man, I made my hair grow frizzy. You see Jay-Z even. It's like I don't agree with Jay-Z being like a billionaire or anything like that, but at potentially his richest that he's ever been, he made Story of OJ. And that's something that I have gripe with Andre 3000 because he said, he has nothing left to say, and that's why he moved on to Flute. And it's like, yeah, no, there's always things to say. There's always a fight. And there have been so many hip hop artists before you that kept saying these things as they got older. Like, there's absolutely like more to say.
But like, I think that the fact that someone like Andre thinks he has nothing left to say, like I think I agree with you. He's wrong to say that, but the fact that it feels that way, like, shows you that they come to a point where they don't understand like what artistic output could possibly have to do with the world they live in anymore.
I would disagree with everything you're saying, just for the simple fact that you're assuming that a man that's probably one of the best rappers of all time doesn't understand art or hip hop is not just arrogant, but it's one of those flippant comments that people say just to say stuff that sounds cool. Like, if you really want to look at it from some sort of Marxist perspective, why don't you look at it from the perspective of capitalism? Why does Andre 3000 at 50 years old feel like he has nothing relevant to say in a genre of music that historically has been extremely youth driven, especially since the 90s? To ignore that entirely and say, oh, well, it's like, no, dude. First and foremost, why does that man playing the flute right now? Maybe he digs the flute, right? Maybe he literally digs it. But honestly, he's dicking around on the goddamn flute. He literally said in the interviews, I don't know what I'm doing. And by the way, the flute you see me walking around with all over New York ain't the fucking flute I played on this shitty ass fucking record, right?
So funny.
So is Andre 3000 really saying I have nothing to say? Or is he saying that I am such a slave to the market that the market determines what is cool, and once I hit a certain age, I am no longer cool? The interesting thing about music right now that it seems like no one wants to talk about too much is the fact that a genre like hip hop, which again, since the 90s, has been dominated by youth. Once you hit a certain age, we don't listen to you. You're a quote unquote old head. I am 47. I am a parent of a 26-year-old. That's my oldest. I am an old head. I'm okay with that. But there's now music in hip hop for me. There's rappers my age that are still releasing records.
Exactly.
Right? Does Andre 3000 feel like he is part of the old man genre, or what we would call in rock music classic rock? We don't have a name for it yet in hip hop. I don't know
I
if he
hope we
feels
never get a name for it because I want them to feel equal with the youth. I want them to make albums with the youth, like you saw with Megan Thee Stallion's album. I hope we never define it.
But I think that when you do, if you're, I was a serious musician for years.
Same.
I don't have books behind me because I toured all over the world for a long time playing loud, retarded music for loud, retarded people, right?
You get the pass on that.
Okay, I wasn't that good. I was in chamber orchestra.
No. I played stupid shit. And the one thing that used to piss me off all the time was trying to define what I do. And if you really want to be successful, and all of us do something on the internet, and we have to define what we do, we have to define who we are, right? I have music shows on this channel that no one watches because this is supposed to be a political channel, and I can't dick around with my music friends and talk about what were the first hair metal records of all time, right? What does the golden age of hip hop mean? There's a few people that watch it here and there, And sometimes I literally bring in musicians of that era, but because I'm not a music streamer a la Anthony Fantano, I'm not going to get those same views. Andre 3000 is a product of an era where, you know, he was a Southern rapper. And then he was an artiste.
Just like Jimmy Carter.
Like Jimmy Carter.